Welcome back to Care for the Common Game. Today, deck number 634, we're going to talk about Reyav, the Mastersmith. Now for 2 mana, we get a 2-2 Dwarf in Boros, so we know what it's going to do. To whenever a creature you control that's enchanted or equipped attacks, and that creature gains double strike to end of turn. Now this is, I'll be honest with you, it's better than I thought it would, and I'm not even playing with the busted equipment or auras. And I can imagine with that, it could truly be a force to be reckoned with. I've had a chance to play this once. No, I didn't win with it, but it was still, it felt good playing it. So, I guess, let's do creatures first, because we've got to have something to carry these auras and equipment. So, the idea with Reyav is not to build. Wait a minute. Whenever a creature you control is enchanted, it gains double strike. So, I guess you could actually go either way. I've got some creatures, but they're mostly, supporting cast, if you will. We have SRAM, because we have, lots of auras and equipment, so we might as well be drawing a card. We have Kimba. Might as well make them kitty cats. Danitha Compassion. A lot of this is just straight out of Commander Legends reprints. Danitha, really good. Arden, just attached for the free. Tiana. Now, the Armored Sky Hunter, I put it in there because, it had aura and equipment in there, but getting this thing in play, granted, it was super quick. I did have a turn 1 Soul Ring. This was my turn 2 play. But this was, this actually prompted about 3 turns later a board wipe because it was just rolling. Stonehaven Outfitter, because, they're going to die. Somebody's going to... Rebecca, Silent Sentinel is going to get back some enchantments. Wyleth, I like Wyleth, drawing them cards. Odric, because most of our equipment's going to grant abilities, right? We might as well share them with Papa Smurf here. High Spire Mantis, we don't get a lot of, flyers in Boros, so, to be on the Angels. So, I felt like this was a perfect equipment holder. 4 mana, 3/3 flying trample. Sure, why not? Brass Squire for the free equip. Pilgrim's Eye, just because I don't feel like Pilgrim's Eye is ramp. I really don't. I mean, it puts it in your hand. Yes, that can bail you out if you haven't played a land that turn, but you're not ramping. But it is a flyer that can hold equipment. Tari Mauler just grows. I'll be honest with you, I don't know why I've had Spirit of the Hearth in there. It's not like it's you have hexproof. I don't. There's better options here, I'm sure. Sword of X and Y, fill in the blanks would be better there. Fabled Heroes got double strike, so, and whenever you target it with an R, it's going to get bigger anyway. And then Slith Ascendant, naturally getting bigger. So those are the creatures that are going to hold the R's and equipments. I guess we'll do R's first since there's not that many of them. It's kind of hard with a deck like this that you want to do both R's and equipments, which, I mean, I guess it's good not to put all your eggs in one basket. I always seem to want to focus on one of the others, but I think there's enough cards now that care about both. Spirit Mantle, I mean, it comes with the deck. As a matter of fact, every one of these enchantments came from Commander Legends. There's 5 more. Undying Rage, I just love. Because this was relevant. We're not blocking anyway. It's Boros. It's all about getting in the red zone. I got to put it back in my hand and recast it again. It was beautiful. On Sarah's Wings, like I said, the value of flyers. Unquestioned Authority is another one. Protection from creatures is amazing because it can't be blocked. Dragon Mantle. Now, I'll be honest with you. Here's another weak spot. A Dragon Mantle is fire breathing plus a card. And that's... I like it, but it seems like I drew it in the one game that I played, but it didn't... I didn't have a whole lot of red mana to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So, as I find something better, this may come out as well. And Timely Ward, because, you know, enchanted creature is indestructible. We're obviously putting our creatures at risk because we are suiting them up and sending them into battle. We might as well make sure they live through it. Equipment. Ooh, there's a ton of this. A lot of this is super obvious stuff. We're just going to roll through it. First off, what were they thinking? I know I've used Hero's Blade in a bunch of decks, but what? Hero's Blade is one heck of a magic card. Seraphic Greatsword. I drew this, played it. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 whenever equipped creature attacks the player with the What? Oh, I misplayed this card. Whenever equipped creature attacks the player with the most life or tied for the most life, you get an angel. It's tapped and attacking. Oh, so you have to attack the player with the most life. Yeah. Sorry, guys, if any of you are in the play group that are watching this. My bad, yo. Yeah. Anyway, still good, even with that restriction. Swiftfoot Boots, obvious reasons. Fire Shrieker, gotta love that double strike. Sword of Acroma, Black Blade Reforged. Gotta have that Bone Splitter. God, I love Bone Splitter. It's too good. For that rate, it is too good. Gorgon's Head, because you know how much I love the interaction with Death Touch and Trample. Sunforger, we are Boros. Now, some of these are just because we just want a creature equipped or enchanted, right? I mean, to give it double strike, even if it's something like, possible ramp. Spider Silk Net, being able to block those reachers. Bonesaw is ready. Grafted War Gear. Amorphous Axe. Now there's going to come a time where that first line of text matters. And I feel like it's going to matter in a way that's detrimental to me. It's going to be like, destroy all goblins. And I'm going to be like, dang. Mask of Memory. Some filtering. Ancestral Blade. Now, I had an interesting interaction that I didn't exactly know how it worked. So I didn't do it, but I saw it in my hand. I had the Ancestral Blade. But in play, now Ancestral Blade says when it enters the battlefield, you create the soldier token and then attach the blade to it. But I already had Siegwarth's 8 in play. So, I'll be honest with you, it was late, I was tired, I wasn't trying to figure it out, but it's kind of super obvious now. Excuse me. It is early in the morning, and that is why this is my early morning voice. I haven't spent the entire day because it's like all I do is talk. But Meteoric Mace, these I was fortunate enough, like I said, to have the Siegwarth 8 out when I cast this, so I didn't have to pay for the equip cost. So, but it did get me something. I don't remember what. So that's the main gist. So now we're going to look at other things. Ramp, for instance. Soul Ring, Fire Diamond, Marble Diamond, Boros Signet. You can kind of guess those are in there. Commander Sphere, Seer's Lantern, Spectral Searchlight, Sisay's Ring, Dreamstone Heater. And I know some of those are like questionable choices, and you're thinking, why so much, mana rocks? And because most of the stuff in the deck is pretty cheap, Well, Bludgeon Brawl. This is, there may not be enough mana rocks in here to include Bludgeon Brawl, but I really, really like it. Can you imagine slamming this down and then equipping a Dreamstone Hedron? Oh, fun times. Sandstone Oracle for some card draw. Not a lot, but it's also on a 4/4 flying body. Now, Boros Charm. I don't consider Boros Charm removal. I consider it the middle ability. That's it. It's anti-board wipe. Trash for treasure, because you're going to discard stuff or people are going to destroy stuff. You might as well try to get that really cool thing back. Open the armory. Tutor. As it turns out, tutors are good. Then a little bit of removal, not a lot. We have Disenchant, Condemn, Leave No Trace. Now, Radiance is an ability. Now, granted, Radiance was like the original Boros ability from Ravnica, City of Guilds. And you got to be careful, right? Because we're playing a 2-color deck. And if you hit an enchantment that has white in it, it's going to blow up all yours too, if they're white. But typically, like Leave No Trace here, I can't think of a time where it hasn't gotten at least 2 cards. I mean, I love the Radiance ability. I do. They just printed so few cards with it because it was just in those 3. Well, no, in that one set in Ravnica City of Guilds, because the way they did those to cover the 10 guilds was 4-3-3. So all the Boros cards were in Ravnica. So whatever. Maybe we'll get some in this crazy time spiral deal. Deflecting Palm, which in Boros I do consider removal. And then Winds of Wrath, because it is legit made for decks like this. So let's look at our non-basic, shall we? We got a Spectator Seating, Command Tower. Tell you what, let's look at some Slayer's Stronghold. I used a bunch. Now, I tried to use it to influence a player, and it didn't really work. A player had out Intrepid Hero, which, as you know, taps to destroy a target creature power 4 or more. And I was really trying to get Chu Lane, another opponent's Chu Lane, dead. And so I was like, hey, on your turn, his Chu Lane is +2. You want to kill Chu Lane? And as it turned out, she did not, in fact, want to kill Chu Lane. Myriad Landscapes, a little bit of ramp. Sun Home, Grand Double Strike's a beautiful thing. Encroaching Waste. I'm beginning to love the ability to just pop one target land, because there are times when, if you're playing Voltron and they've got a Maze of Ith, your difficulty level just ratcheted way up. So that's why. And they keep printing, alternate versions of Maze of Ith. Rogue's Passage, obviously. Terramorphic Expanse. Evolving Wilds. Rupture Spire. Windscarred Crag. Boros Guildgate, Needle Spires, Transguild Promenade, Boros Garrison, and then some cycle lands in Secluded Steppe and Forgotten Cave. And that is it for Reyav. Now, there is plenty of room in this deck to upgrade. Plenty of room. I mean, if y'all have got some of the really expensive equipment, you know, hey, this is a good home for it. I guess I need to get some tokens for this deck. But that's Reyav, so we're going to go over here and, oh, my tripod messed up. And we're going to put 634's done on the wall. So, yes, jobs. I mean, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, come on. But that is it for today. I do appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.